Good morning, children. This is the last part of theme 7, that is part 5 of theme 7, an imperial capital Vijayanagar 14th to the 16th century. Let us start with it. Halls in the temple. The halls in the temple were used for a variety of purposes. In some spaces, images of gods were placed to witness special programs of music, dance, drama, etc. Others were used to celebrate the marriages of the deities, and yet others were meant for the deities to swing in. झूला डाला जाता था भगवानों के लिए, झूलने के लिए. On such occasions, small images other than those kept in the central shrine were used. In the Vitthal temple, the principal deity was Vitthal, a form of Vishnu generally worshipped in Maharashtra. This temple has several halls and a unique shrine designed as a chariot. This is the importance of Vitthal temple. A characteristic feature of the temple complex is the chariot streets that extended from the temple Gopuram in a straight line. These streets were paved with stone slabs and lined with pillared pavilions, where merchants set up their shops. That is, in the pavilions, pillars were there, and in those pillars or in those pavilions, merchants used to set up their shops and do trade and commerce there. Various steps involved in the mapping of the site at Hampi. The first step was to divide the entire area into a set of 25 squares, each designated by a letter of the alphabet. Then each of the small squares was subdivided into a set of even smaller squares. Each of these smaller squares was further subdivided into yet smaller units. These detailed surveys have been extremely painstaking and have recovered thousands and thousands of structures from tiny shrines and residences to elaborate temples. That is, these detailed surveys have been extremely painstaking. It has taken a lot of effort, and because of this, thousands and thousands of structures, that is from tiny shrines and residences to elaborate temples, have been recovered at Hampi. This was the procedure, children. The first step was to divide the entire area. A set of 25 squares was there. Then after that, those smaller squares were subdivided into a set of even smaller squares. Then those smaller squares were further subdivided into yet smaller units. Because of all this, what happened was only one thing, that is, thousands and thousands of structures have been recovered at Hampi. Now let me talk more on this. To know more about Vijayanagar, information was pieced together from travelers' accounts and inscriptions after the initial surveys by Mackenzie. This place came under protection of Archaeological Survey of India and the Karnataka Department of Archaeological and Museums in the 20th century. Hampi was then recognized as a site of national importance in 1976. An important project was launched in early 1980s to document the material remains at Vijayanagar by using a number of recording techniques. Children, during this period of over 20 years, dozens of scholars from all over the world worked to compile and preserve this information gathered. The exercise of making map is a small part of the large process. During its first step, whole of the area was divided into 25 squares and every square was designated by an alphabet. The exercise of making map is a small part of the large process, as I told you right now. During its first step, Whole of the area was divided into 25 squares and every square was designated by an alphabet. Then these small squares were further divided into a set of even smaller squares, but it was not enough as smaller squares were further subdivided into yet another smaller units. So this happened in a stage of 3 square making exercises. These detailed surveys were done with great hard work. These surveys have recovered the traces of thousands of structures, including tiny shrines, residences, and elaborate temples, which have also been documented. These works also have led to the recovery of traces of roads, paths, bazaars, etc. of Vijayanagar. All these have been located through finds of pillar bases and platforms. At one time they were thriving markets, but now just remains of them are left. Yet wooden structures are destroyed and just the stone structures have survived. But still travelers helped us to reconstruct the vibrant life of that time. Buildings as source of information. Buildings provide useful information in understanding the past. Buildings that survive tell us about the ways or the spaces were organized and used, how they were built, with what materials and techniques they were built. We can assess the defense requirements and military preparedness of a city by studying its fortifications. Buildings also tell us about the spread of ideas and cultural influence if we compare them with buildings in other places. They convey ideas which the builders or the patrons wished to project. Travelers visited the Vijayanagar Empire. Several travelers visited the city of Vijayanagar and have left their travel accounts. Notable among them are Italian trader Niccolo di Conti, an ambassador named Abdul Razak sent by the ruler of Persia, and a merchant named Afanasi Nikitin from Russia. All of them visited the city in the 15th century. Portuguese travelers like Duarte Barbosa, Domingo Pais and Fernão Nunes visited the city in the 16th century. Children. Important terms from the lesson. Amukta Malyada is a work on statecraft composed in Telugu by Krishna Dev Rai. Amuk Tamal Yada, right? Second, Amara. The term Amara is derived from the Sanskrit word Samara, meaning battle or war. It also resembles the Persian term Amir, meaning a high noble. Yavana. Yavana is a Sanskrit word used for the Greeks and other peoples who entered the subcontinent from the northwest. In Sanskrit we call it as Yavan. House of Victory. Domingo Pais called the audience hall and the Mahanavami Dibba together as the House of Victory. That's all, children, for this chapter. Meet you again with next chapter. Till then, thank you.